Welcome to the Thundercloud stage. There's no need to take a hostile tone to me. That's completely unacceptable, and that could cause you to lose your golden wrench. So please, don't ever talk to me again in all caps locks unless you want to be demoted from your wrench, okay? Today is going to be an extremely short stream. Hopefully, Nameless doesn't come. I don't want to talk to that little fucker. Oh, there he is. And Steven saves. It's actually not 112 that I saved. It's 112.5. I'm not going to take the wrench and shove it. That's certainly not what I do. But I did save $112.50. I do earn oh God, I was going to say $1.25. $12.25. Welcome to the Thundercloud, Angela. So Dan's big bet didn't get the job done. As I said, it doesn't matter if you're playing shitty teams. A shitty team, most often, even if they're terrible, is going to win 1 out of 3 games. So if you guys think you can bet on 4 and 5 game winning streaks, save yourself the money and just don't ever do it, okay? Because it's never going to fucking happen. In the world of the NBA, we literally have nothing that hasn't already been reported. But Devin Booker agreed to a historic $145 million extension, which is only a 2-year extension. So just foolish money that we're handing around. I'm not going to congratulate them on it because I think it's absolutely fucking ridiculous, you know? We've got a death of a former Utah Jazz coach. GM Layden died at the young age of 93 years old. So Booker's still playing, and I would say Booker is probably like still under the age of 28 years old. So yeah, he's still kind of young. So he'll probably end up making like fucking $1.6 billion by the end of his fucking career with how their salary cap goes up or lack thereof. They've got a fake salary cap. Everyone wants to get after baseball. Oh, you don't have a salary cap. Well, neither does the NBA. They just put you in certain tiers. There's a luxury tax. There's tier 1, tier 2, or gap 1, whatever it is. It's a fake cap, honestly. They should be real caps or no caps at all. That's the way I see it. Apparently, Randy Couture had to be airlifted following a racing wreck. Why was he racing? He's not a racer. He was an MMA fighter. The initial belief is that he's expected to recover. He's now 62 years young. He was a very overrated MMA fighter, if you ask me. Pretty much like a 500 fighter. Sure, he fought big names, but probably one of the most overrated heavyweights of all time, and a complete snooze fest to watch for the most part. Do like Randy Couture. You know, he's obviously in great shape, had some good workout videos, but yeah, that's all I'm going to say about Randy Couture. Junior Caminero has been added to the home run derby lineup. That's very exciting. The Yankees, and I quote, have had hard conversations with DJ LeMahieu. They have decided to designate his sorry ass for assignment. I'd like to know Nameless's thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on DJ LeMahieu getting airlifted to, potentially the minor leagues? And I quote, General Manager Brian Cashman said, tough decisions. That's what he said. Tough decisions. Hell of a quote. Keep it short. Keep it sweet. Then get this son of a bitch out of here. Don't let him come back. And do not repeat. So what a terrible signing that turned out to be. Clearly another product of Coors Field. Especially since you're going to New York and you still can't do it. That 6-year, $90 million contract doesn't look quite as bad now as it... I don't know. It's a lot of money, but it doesn't really look that bad now that we got people making $800 million. I believe it was 364 in the COVID shortened 2020 campaign. So you're close, but it was actually 364. And that's a fake season. Yeah. I don't really count the COVID year as anything, though. I mean, he was good. New York is a ballpark that's similar to Coors in that it inflates your stats. But, like, DJ LeMahieu, how bad has he been? Would I let him walk? Well, we'll have to pull up the tail of the tape and see what LeMahieu's been lately. I don't know if you're going to get much better than him. Like, he's probably still slightly below a replacement level player, would be my guess. So replacement level is 700. So in DJ LeMahieu's career, he is a 759 OPS. This year, he's a 674 with a god-awful 336 slugging. He's only got 2 home runs this year. Batting average ain't bad, 266. On base ain't bad, 338. But what happened to the power? I'm not saying he was a true power hitter, but like 2 home runs is pretty bad. Last year, he had a 527 OPS. Before that, I mean, I wouldn't call it necessarily a great signing, but he was still like, 718, 734, 711. Obviously, the 2020 season was a fluke. Like, over 1,000 OPS was a fluke. That's just a small sample of 50 games. 893 his first year with the Yankees. Other than that, he's been pretty much an average to below average player to also a significantly below average. So I don't know. If he's hitting like a 720 OPS right now, I'd probably keep him. At 674, do I necessarily think he needs to be cut right now? Probably not. So listen, I'm not going to get all gung-ho about this. I'm just saying it's not a bad move and it's not a smart move. I mean, it's either way, honestly. But yeah, 674, I mean, surely to God, you can't find out if he hits better against lefties than righties and use him in like a platoon situation, because you're still paying him guaranteed money. So it doesn't necessarily make sense to get rid of him, in my opinion. Let me just see if I can find the splits on him here. So he's got, this year, he's actually got reverse splits. He's actually hitting better against righties than lefties as a right-handed bat. So he got 734 against righties. So, I mean, if that were to sustain, it sounds weird. Don't play the right-handed bat against a lefty, but if that's like a sustainable thing, it's probably not. And yeah, I mean, theoretically, there's more righties than lefties as pitchers, so you probably could keep them. Let's pivot off that. I don't know. There is a report from Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk saying that the NFLPA is appealing some sort of ruling in regards to a potential collusion case regarding fully guaranteed contracts. Some sort of appeal as of January 14th. I guess there's some sort of thing going on there. So there's your rest of the news. There's no other NBA news. Baseball news, the Jays, as we already found out, did lose 2-1 today. Offense, I heard Vladimir Guerrero ran into another out. Well, let me read what's been said here before I get into depth about what's going on here. So we do have... Did I watch the Jays game today? I believe Eric Lauer was only pulled because he was laboring a little bit. He was throwing a lot of pitches, wasn't he? I didn't hear anything about an injury. I did hear that Ryan Berg got injured, which is a bullpen arm. That's not Eric Lauer. I mean, it's a good time to get a blister. He's got plenty of time to... he wasn't pitching that good, actually. We'll get into the stats here shortly. He really was not pitching that good, though. But a good time to get a blister right before the All-Star game. He doesn't have to start before the All-Star game. He's obviously going to start towards the back end after the All-Star game. So if he does have a blister, he's fine. But Eric Lauer, never mind. I fucked up. I fucked her up. I got the hits mixed up with the strikeouts. So I thought he let 7 hits. But no, he actually had 7 strikeouts. So that's a my bad. 2 earned runs in 4 innings. So on pace for a quality start. Only allowed 1 walk, 4 hits. The rest of the bullpen was perfect in relief. So Fisher, Little, Burr, Uriel Rodriguez all went without letting a run. So can't put it on the pitching today one way or the other. Offensively, you had some guys do well today. So you had Nathan Lukes, 2 for 4. Bo Bichette, 3 for 3 with a walk. You had Will Wagner 2 for 4. He really needs to start get going though. You stay at that 576 clip much longer, you will be fucking caught. Alejandro Kirk 1 for 1 pinch hitting, and you had Tyler Heineman 1 for 3. So I mean, plenty of opportunity there. 9 hits. You expect if you get 9 hits, you're going to score more than 1 run. Vladimir Guerrero, I do believe, did run into another out today, so that's the second straight game in a row where he has committed a base running mistake. And why does he think he can fucking take that fat ass to second base all the time? Especially when he's not fucking shooting out of the fucking gate. He needs to fuck off. He needs to slow his roll or pick up his pace or lose 50 pounds and then start trying to enter the race, because it's enough. I've had enough of this shit. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Yeah, $500 million to be a fucking guy that gets fucking gunned out at second base every fucking day. I don't know what he did today, because I don't think he was even on base. He must have got on base by an error or something, but good for... Maybe I'm looking at... No, because he didn't cost us last night. He did run into a note last night, though. So I don't know. I could be talking out of my ass. Anyways, the Blue Jays are 54-39. They are still 2.5 games up with the Yankees, who did win today against the Seattle Mariners, and 4 games up on the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. We do have comments that I need to get to, so let me get to those in a second here. I read it backwards. I see that now, 500 million. How many games helped us in that win streak? Well, I mean, that's fine. I mean, you're going to have guys that get hot at different times. It's fine. Vlad's been getting on. Bichette's been getting hot a little bit lately. It's not about, like, obviously Springer helped us more. Springer won the American League Player of the Week. So, I mean, you know, over the course of the year, though, I'm sure Vlad will be the top 1 or 2 that gets Springer's like, let's not kid ourselves a little bit here. When it comes to this season, yeah, it's a good run. We had a nice little run. We won 10 games in a row. Run differential seems to dictate that we're probably not as good as our record. It's a fact. Also, if you start looking at what some players have done this year versus in the other years, you need to start expecting regression. Regression to the norm is a real thing. And so I'm talking, like, you can't get pissed off at guys when they start becoming who they truly are. So when Nathan Luke starts dropping a little bit, when George Springer starts dropping a little bit, when Alejandro Kirk starts dropping a little bit, I expect Bo Bichette to actually get better, Vlad to get better. Ernie could go either way. He's not going to get much better than what he's doing. Heineman, definitely expect a regression there. Not that he's a whatever. Now, expect a boost from Santander when he comes back. He's not going to be a 500 to 600 OPS. Willie Wagner, I don't fucking know what he is. I hope he's not a 576 OPS. But you need to expect, there's guys that are on our team that are going to regress. That's why if you think that this team is here to stay, if they don't make the right moves at the deadline, you're absolutely wrong. You need to make 4 pickups. You need 1 or 2 people for the bullpen. Ideally 2. That's not going to be that hard to get. It's not hard to get fucking arms for the bullpen. Now what's going to be hard is to get a fucking arm that's a starter. Because the Jays do need a starter. As much as I like Eric Lauer, Max Scherzer, Alek Manoah a couple years ago, you still need 7 or 8 starters that can actually fucking pitch. Because you're always going to usually have 1 or 2 injured. Scherzer has been an injury concern all year, so a starter's an absolute must for the trade deadline. You're not going to like what you're going to have to give up. So ideally, if you're not going to like what you're going to have to give up, hopefully you can get someone who's under control for a little while. Like, let's go type in Mitch Keller. So Mitch Keller is a guy that realistically the Jays could get. Let's type him in Spotrac. Is he on an expiring deal? So let's see if he's on an expiring deal. He has... Well, that's actually a good thing. You actually have him for this year or the next year. Okay. Oh, never mind. Oh, yeah, if you're trading for Mitch Keller, you're going to have to give up... Huh. Oh, God. That's not a bad... Let me look up Mitch Keller. I'm actually intrigued right now by potentially picking him up. You're going to have to give up Aaron Namala for Mitch Keller. And if you're going to have to give up Aaron Namala plus, I mean, 3.5 ERA this year, 4.45 in his career, you're going to have to give up, yeah, Aaron Namala. What if you can get Aaron Namala and fucking David Bednar? There's your reliever. There's your starter. If you've got Bo Bichette in your long-term plans, I don't see what the problem is. Mitch Keller's a guy I would pencil in. Zach Gallen is another guy I would look at. He is an ace. Now he hasn't pitched like an ace this year, so you're kind of buying low, but you're not really buying low because you know that this guy's actually, a fucking stud, basically, right? So he's got a 5.15 ERA this year. Arizona is going nowhere. He's got a 3.51 ERA in his career. And what does Zach Gallen do from... Because the Blue Jays trade for guys that still have control. Let's not kid ourselves here. Now, Zach Gallen, I think he's going to be... He's a free agent after this year. So, a bit more. I probably want Mitch Keller, if I'm being honest with you. I'd probably take Mitch Keller. Especially if you can get David Bednar, because I believe he's a left-handed reliever as well. But yeah, I'm just saying. You're going to have to give up something you fucking really don't want to give up in order to get those types of guys that are going to be substantial. I'd rather do it for like a Mitch Keller and or a David Bednar package than I would for just a Eugenio Suarez package. I like Eugenio Suarez, but I think he's got a lot of holes in his swing. He's having a career year, which I don't like buying high on players. I'd actually rather buy low. And Eugenio Suarez has never done this in the history of his life. He probably won't ever do it again, if I'm being honest with you. But that's enough horsing around. We've talked too much shop. That is not the Pete Rose Bowl Cut. So we're going to turn our attention to the Pete Rose Bowl Cut. And we're just going to go over the scores this week. So all we know so far is... Max Scherzer's a free agent. I thought that was something we knew a couple days ago, but perhaps I'm wrong. We're not going to go over the stats unless you want to go over his career stats. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. He's got like 3,400 strikeouts, but this year, I mean, he's probably not a bad guy to add or subtract to your roster when it comes to fantasy. So let's just put it that way. I'm currently atop Vlad the Impaler's 9-6, so I've taken a step forward since last night. Tommy Callahan's Auto Parts does find himself up 12-4 over Alejandro's astounding team. The Dark Sliders find themselves up a mere 11-4 against Graham's great team. And bases loaded, IBB has turned it around. Currently in the win column for the first time that I can recall since doing any of these streams. He's up 10-5. So there you have it. A precise breakdown of everything you need in the world of sports. And we're going to call it right there. That's it. That's it. We got 3 games until the All-Star game. Let's hope we can win 2 of them. That's all I have to fucking say. And fuck you, Nick Kurtz. And fuck you, Tyler Soderstrom, Dexter Lawrence, Logan Wilson. Just don't fucking do anything for the next 3 games. After that, go crazy. But just don't fucking make our life so fucking miserable. Okay? I don't want to lose to the fucking Oakland Athletics. Why would I thank them before I leave? Why would I thank them? I'm not going to thank them. I was happy to pay that $125. I was hoping to pay that $125. Now, all I get in exchange is a good package. Cosmo Pops, the no-name brand. So that's what I won from that bartering or that betting. It's not illegal in the Pete Rose Bowl Cut to gamble. So what we did was not illegal. There's nothing in the rule book that says you can't play as a gambling man. Please, it's $12.50. Don't undersell me ever again, Zal. It's time to get the fuck out of here. I'm going to play some Balatro. Everyone have a good night. We will reconvene tomorrow at the same time and the same cloud. Good night.